Check it out. I'm hydrating. It's really annoying. Hey, everyone. Hey, Mods. Thank you for being here, Mods. Hey, Megan Roberts. Tammy, still thinking about you and our friend. Hey, Yorkie Mom. Pam. I love that you made it. I love Pam. I got to hang out with Pam recently. Hey, Paula, Mrs. Carson. I was on at the beginning and missed Huxley. That was so much fun. I was talking about that today with my mom. And I just want to say thank you guys for talking with him. He said he really enjoyed it. And thank you. I'm glad you got to meet him. Some of you that had never met him. Hey, Jennifer Ogle. Joanne Hawley made it. Hey, babe. Lady O. Ghost Rider. Erica's here. Loved your pictures, Erica. Hey, Kat. HBH. Puka Vista. Liz Tricks. Hey, Liz Tricks. I spent some time answering a lot of messages today. I had to take Huxley to the gym, and I sat there for about an hour and 10 minutes, and I was able to respond to a bunch of your messages. So I hope that that made a tiny dent in the universe. DS Kitty Diane. Hey, babe. Donna Cooper. Mama Bear made it. Why don't you sit up here, Punky? Case Face. You were one of them. I loved those pictures. Oh, I love that for you, Jennifer Ogle. I love seeing wildlife. Hey, Pat Jonas, Nikki, Ohio, welcome in. Hey, Marissa Martin, you got here before me. That is shocking. I love that you're here again, Debbie. I love Debbie Loving Life. Hey, Panda, I miss you. Bohemian Luciferian Witch, Anna Banana, I hope you're feeling better. Hey, Mimi, Audra in Denver. Hey, babe, missed you too. Lilac Lime is here. Vicky C, Kim Leaf. Hey, Angie Mo. I know Pam is here. Panda, we love Pam. Hey, Cindy G, P Taylor, Stella. Huxley's hair is amazing. He should leave it longer if he likes it. Looks fab on him. Stella, first of all, I love seeing you, and I hope your dad's doing good, and I hope you're doing good. I agree. The more we, hey, Armine, the more we talked about it today when we were driving to the gym, I was like, Hux, everybody loved your hair. I think you should keep it. And he was like, I'm going to. I don't want to cut it. I think it looks really good on him, and he looks happy, and I love Hux. He's doing good. Hey, Moozy, Debbie Zito. Hey, babe. Yeah, she'll be back, Angie. Pam will be back. Hey, Ewa, whine a little bit more. Thank you, HBH. I'm glad you got to meet him. I'm in Kentucky. How fun. That's not that far from me. Hey, Tennessee girl. Okay, I just caught up. Audra, that's okay. I'm just happy to see you. Hey, Kim is blue. Yeah, no joke, guys. Speaking of Huxley, how cute is this? So yesterday, I forgot to show you these pictures. I took my mom. We went to run some errands, and she was like, "We're gonna drive the Corvette today." Taylor Miller, congratulations! I don't want to say much more without your permission, but I am happy to see you, and I am glad that you are well. Hey, Eric, Alana. Oh, how fun, Alana, but I'm sorry that you're stuck. Hey, Julie. My mom yesterday was like, we're going to drive the Corvette. This was a gift that my stepdad gave my mom like 15, 18 years ago. It's like a 1995 or something Corvette. I've never driven a Corvette. I've never even ridden in this damn thing. Your dad is doing good. I'm really glad to hear that, Stella. I'm really glad to hear that. I loved your dad. Hey, Crafty Carrie. Taylor, I'm serious. It's amazing. A Corvette is your favorite car? This thing was a piece of shit. I'm sorry. It's a gift to my mom. My mom also, a car that I do want to drive of theirs is a 55 Chevy he bought for my mom because she was born in 55. Now that car I like. They collect older cars. Now the Vet is not that old for, like this is like a 1930 something that Huxley wrote in yesterday. And I thought I'd show you guys. They were getting their cars out to drive them. Thanks, Renee B. Look at Huxley. My stepdad was driving, but the windows are so tinted. How cute is that? They wrote in that yesterday. Hey, Chris Crafts and Coffee. Forgot to show that to you guys. Isn't that cute? They took off down the hill in that together. That's the front of it. Hey, Barbara, wait. How cute is that? So cute. That was after Huxley got done at the farm yesterday. But I drove this Corvette, and guys, that is not easy. I don't even know if I took a picture. I thought I did. Oh, yeah, yeah. I just took a picture standing next to it to send to Tommy. Man, I didn't look very good yesterday. I didn't realize we were gonna drive this thing, and I was wearing this dress that this is how weird I am about fashion. Like, I don't think I look good today. I look really bad, so I, like, tried to, like, poof up my ponytail and try to make it look better. Yesterday, I come up to my mom's to pick her up, and she's like, "We're gonna drive the Corvette." And I was like, "I don't have the right outfit on for this." And she was like, "I didn't know you had to wear a certain outfit for a Corvette." I was like, "Mom, no, this literally doesn't match, like, the car." Hey, Ruth Anna, I was wearing this like button down, like preppy, striped dress. Okay, those things are not, I don't think I'd ever want to drive one again. I like broke myself having to bend down to get into it. My mom was like, it's hard to get into. Boy, she wasn't kidding. And it's hard to get out of too. And it's hey Jane, has anybody ever driven a Corvette? I mean, it's probably because this one's old. I was like, why did it had no pickup whatsoever. I was like, Mom, this car sucks. My Honda CRV is faster than this. Like, it's loud. It's a muscle car. So, like, the engine's loud. It kind of looks like a Batmobile. I was like, this thing sucks. I think I hurt my mom's feelings. I even said, she goes, you don't like it? And I said, it's a rickety hunk of shit. I was like, my Honda is like more zippy than this. I was like, and the brakes are hard to break. I was like, this thing sucks. Okay, hold on. Let's hear about this. Catherine B., church boy. He held my hand through a lot of the service today and kissed my head during his goodbye hug last week. I'm so scared to open up, but the crush is major. Aren't you cute? Hey, JoJo. My God. That is such a fun. It wasn't automatic, Wanda. I don't know how to drive a stick. That is so cute. That is so adorable. Catherine B., when she has a crush on someone, she's so cute. Like, I feel it all the way from here. I love that, and we're gonna talk more about it at the Zoom, and I just think that's adorable. Thank you for sharing that, and hey, it's okay. I know you're scared, but, like, it's okay to feel those feelings. Don't reject those feelings just because you met somebody in the past that made you feel gross, right? Yeah, we hope it works out. And it's okay. Like if your gut tells you like you're totally having a crush right now, that's okay. Like just feel it, babe. Even if it's not going to end up being anything, if it doesn't amount to anything, who cares? Like enjoy it. That's how I feel. Enjoy it. Who cares? Who honestly cares? I love that. I was born in the late 60s. I'll happily adopt all your late 60s muscle cars and stuff if you're needing. They're not my cars. They're my parents' cars. I want to drive the damn 55 Chevy. I have a love for a 55 Chevy, but how cute. I just think that that is so damn cute. Huxley is so cute yesterday in that. Now that thing sounded like it was fast. I don't know. He's had all the engines redone on that stuff. So that one I don't know, but I'll tell you right now, guys, that Corvette let me down. I was like thinking that you would barely hit the gas and you'd be like, oh, whoa. No, this thing felt heavy. Like they just sold an old Jaguar that he had. They've been selling some of their cars. And that thing was beautiful. It had like it was champagne color. It had the gold spokes on the wheels. That thing drove like a feather. It was so lightweight and it just like glided down the road. This Corvette was like, I was like, Mom, this thing's a hunk of shit. Like I had to push on the gas. Again, it sounded cool. Like it was rumbly. You could feel the engine, right? But every bump you hit, you feel because you're like riding on the ground. I don't know. I hate to complain, guys, but it was not what my mom was like, you're going to drive the Corvette. And I was like, really? She's had this car for almost 20 years. I've never driven it. I was like, okay. So she threw me the keys and I was like, this thing sucks. And I don't know if it's my outfit. I have to be honest. I felt awful in that preppy ass dress and a Corvette. If I would have known I was going to drive my mom's black Corvette, I would have put on black leather pants. I would have started off with some black leather pants and like a sexy tank. And I just wouldn't have looked like that. I literally climbed into this thing and I was like, this is hurting me right now. It hurts me. I am not dressed to be in a Corvette. She was like, who changes their outfit for a Corvette? And I was like, I do, Diane. People know me. Just kidding. I'm hot. Excuse me. I did turn the air conditioner on today, just so you guys know. I know you were all feeling bad about it. Hold on. I think I'm stuck. Help me. I'm stuck. I got it. I think I just got behind. Hey, Linda. Baby steps. I had a boyfriend who restored a 62 Corvette. It was fun, but I was a lot younger then. I never drove it, but it had power. Okay, so, and thank you for your super chat. Maybe that's what I was missing out on. And honestly, hey, perfectly me, it might have been my outfit. I might have just been so upset about my outfit that I was not paying attention to the car. And that could be because I am as deep as a puddle. I'm incredibly shallow. Everybody knows that. Hey, I need a card. So I love crushes too. I have a pretty big damn crush on Tommy, and I hope it lasts forever. I love that feeling of having a crush on somebody. I love it. Yeah, enjoy the flutters when you get them. Hey, Nancy. He's so lovely. I can't wait to yap about him. Okay, that's so cute. I can't wait to know his name. Names are important. Hey, Kathy Shoggins. Angie McLemore. Welcome in, babe. I love old cars, says Nancy. Do you have a photo of the Corvette? Eric, I should have. I didn't take an entire picture of the car. I just took a picture of the car I stood next to it to send to Tommy. So I wasn't really intending to show you guys. And so this is all I got, man. It's just a black Corvette. You can see how much higher I am off the ground from that because it was so low to the ground, as you guys know, Corvettes. I bet the Chevy is a stick shift. It is not. It is not a stick shift. I asked if I could borrow it one day to go to Publix. And my stepdad said I could. He said, I think the Corvette is like a 98, 96, 95, something like that. He said I could drive the 55 to Publix because that's the only place I go to. But he said the only rule is you have to park far away because he doesn't want anyone door dinging it. I said, sure, fine. I like the preppy look with a muscle car. Thank you, Case Face. So my real father had a 67 GTO Pontiac convertible in red. Beautiful car. It was like I said, a convertible. We would put the top down. I drove a few vets. They always disappoint. I think they've been crowned douchebag car for the middle-aged man. Okay, that could be true. I'm just telling you right now, it wouldn't go. I was like, Mom, this thing has no pickup. It's rickety as shit. I hurt my mom's feelings, I think, because he bought that car for her a long time ago. She never drives it. Hey, Noelle. And when we were driving back to the farm in it, she was like, okay. She goes, let's go drop off this rickety hunk of shit. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, Mom. I didn't mean to upset you. I was like, sorry for being myself. And she goes, well, I know I'm not leaving this car to you in my will. And I said, oh, no, I'll take it. I mean, I'll take it. I was like, no, I'll definitely take the Corvette. She goes, I think I'm going to give it to Huxley. I was like, of course you will, because Huxley walks on water. Hey, Chops World. What just happened? Why did it? Damn, it did that to me the other day. Man, I'm so bummed I'm going to miss the Zoom this month. Catherine, I will keep you in my thoughts. Okay, thank you, Baby Steps. You're not going to miss it. We already talked about this. And thank you for the super chat, my love. Hey, Lisa Renfro, you can pop in, Baby Steps. We're going to be there for probably about 8 hours, probably more. I hope that you'll pop in. Guys, she'll be in a different time zone. She's going to be on vacation. I know. My mom, she said she's driven this Corvette like 3 times. She doesn't drive it. They don't drive their cars. They don't drive a lot of their cars anymore. Thank you, Sophia. Reese, I love you in a hat and a side pony. Thanks, because it's the best we can do today. My hair looks like garbage today. And I was like, how can I jazz this up? What can I do? I have to put another hat on. Most people are looking at the car and don't care who's driving it. I live out in the middle of nowhere. I wasn't worried about people looking at us in the first place. There's no one out here to look at anything. We're looking at cows and horses, but still I felt uncool in a striped dress like that and a Corvette. It was about me, not me seeing people. That was a joke. You don't see anyone out here. Hey, Kelly B. Hey, I know the car that Huxley rode in was really cool. Hey, Laureen, Brian Bolin, I sent you an email not that long ago. I don't know if you got it, but I want you to know I think about you, I love you, and I'm praying for you. I want you to know that. Um, yes, Jojo, I was very happy with what you sent me today. Thank you. Hey, Jen Finberg, I assume that you made it, babe. My favorite car I ever had was an 80s red BMW. Yeah, BMWs are fun to drive. My parents did have those. Hey, good Marilyn. I'm 73. I've had a red Mustang convertible for 21 years. That's amazing. See, now I would guess I've never driven a Mustang either. I don't care about cars. I really don't. I got in my Honda CRV after driving that thing, and I was like when I had to back up in that Corvette, I was like, oh my God, I haven't driven a car without a reverse camera in a long time. Like I actually had to turn around to like watch that I wasn't going to bump into something. So yeah, I don't care about cars at all. Like I don't have to feel cool in a car. I have a Honda CRV. I had a Honda CRV before that. I love Honda CRVs. So I'm not a car person and I don't care, but I would imagine a Mustang would be fun to drive. Oh, I've never driven a Porsche back in the early 80s. I bet Porsches are fast too, but I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever driven like a really zippy car. Your comments about the Corvette remind me of driving a Porsche. Okay, Jane. Yeah, Tommy says that all the time. Looking forward to never owning another car once we move. I think there's a lot of freedom in not having to own a car ever again. And you really don't need one in Ecuador. Like I have a driver when I'm there. Well, we take cabs everywhere we go, but when I go to the airport, I have a specific driver that I hire to and from the airport. I've used him a few times now, and he's incredible. He's so nice. He has a nice car. Um, Transportation there is super cheap. You do not need a car in Ecuador. You'll miss the Zoom too. Okay, that's okay, Erica. We will miss you, but hopefully I'll see you at the next one. I love crushes too. We know this now. Finally having one who is actually, yeah, Alana's also feeling a crush lately, and I couldn't be happier for her. Um, I would love to have that fluttery feeling again. Alas, I may be too damaged. Wanda, I don't, you're pretty young, girl. I don't know that I would rule that out. And honestly, I heard something today. Hey, Linda Perales. Um, Guys, I heard something really interesting today. It was in a reel. It was in the form of a reel, and I wish I would have saved it. Um, we do have some cool car people in here, Mama Bear. We have some really cool people in here in general. I wish I had saved it. Love you, Yadira. Um, Somebody said something on a reel that really, really hit me. And Wanda, hey, Amy Edge, this is for you, Wanda, and for anybody else who needs to hear this right now. Somebody with the message was basically this: stop, Wanda. In my opinion, that was negative. Alas, I may be too broken to be in love again. That's a negative thought. Hey, Nicola, that's a fairly negative way of thinking, and you're kind of putting it out there, saying it like that. But more than putting it out there, I heard someone say this morning in a different way of saying that you're placing your order. It's kind of the same form of like prayer. It's the same form of putting something out there into the world. It's what we tell our bodies, it's what we tell ourselves. You're placing that order. So just be careful, because saying, alas, I'm probably too broken to be in love again, or I'll probably never do this again, or anything like that. Do you get that? I really liked the way that they said it. You're placing your order for that, right? If you speak poorly like that, I don't understand what that means. Have you ever thought of doing a one time buy in for a Zoom? I don't understand what that means. What is a one time buy in? I feel like I'm at a casino. I feel like I'm playing craps right now. What does that mean? I mean, Audra, if you're saying like just coming once, tons of people do that. People do that all the time. They'll buy a membership just to come one time. They're not committing. They're not committing to Zooms. We have people come and go all the time, babe, if that's what you're saying. Manifesting, yeah, I think I'm not comfortable with the word manifesting, because I know you guys are. I don't fully understand the ins and outs of it. It sounds interesting. I'm not saying it doesn't, it's not real. Yeah, like a yearly subscription. No, you don't have to do that. I had Mustang convertible. That's amazing, Wanda. Uh, one price, one time. I don't understand. People come and go all the time. People, it's not a cult. You certainly, yeah, and a banana. And here's the thing, you could also like some people don't want to do the membership thing on YouTube. I have a couple people who just send me like whenever they feel like coming, they're like, "Hey," they'll just drop a Venmo to me. And I don't even expect it. I don't even know it's going to happen. But sometimes people will Venmo or PayPal me and they'll go, "Here's for the Zoom. I'm just coming this month." It's totally up to you. It's your choice. I'm not asking anyone to come. Susie with an S, welcome. We would love to have you. Yeah, Audra, we would love to have you, but I don't push that on anybody. You know, people pay their money for whatever they can afford to pay for and do. And I wish we didn't even have to do that, but it's my job. So, but that's totally up to you. Tawana Ball will be in and out this week. Your grandson is on spring break. How cute. Have fun. Um, does that make sense? I feel like no one cared about what I just said. It's probably like manifesting. I just don't use the word manifesting because again, it's just not, I'm not comfortable with the word. I don't entirely know. I don't like to speak to things when I don't know exactly what it's about. And if I'm going to speak about it and I don't know what it's about, I'm going to preface it by saying I don't know entirely all about this subject. I don't like to be a know-it-all when I don't know it all. So I just think it's interesting. Be careful. Say, I'm trying to be more mindful of that. Throwing it out in the universe. Yes, Mrs. Carson, for sure. He gives me those fun butterflies, but when he wrapped me up in a long, tight hug last week, my mind went quiet and my body relaxed. Everything felt calm. Everything has been so heavy and he made it all quiet. Then that is what I would go off of. And don't reject that. Don't fight that until he gives you a reason or until you feel red flags, right? Don't just automatically go into the like, but everybody else has let me down, so he's going to let me down. If he made you feel safe and your body went calm, pay attention to those signals. I auto pay on Venmo every month and do a minimum membership on YouTube to keep my length of membership active. Look at you, Pam. Yes, you do. What we say to ourselves becomes what we experience in the world. Well, I know that. I think I'm learning that to be true. Yeah, I agree. It's your job. But what you give us is more than anyone would. Spending 8 to 18 hours with us is priceless. Yeah, I can't. I just have to. We have to do it that way. I can't sit with a group for that. It is my job. I mean, it is. And when I sit there for at least 12 hours typically, I think that's fair. I don't know, to me that seems fair. I can't do everything for free. I simply can't. So I appreciate the support, the memberships, and the people who come to the Zooms, but I never push that on people because it's just a choice like anything else. It's like I talked about yesterday, it's like donating to the charities. I love donating to charities. That doesn't mean you have to do it. Just because we put the links up doesn't, it's not, no pressure. No pressure. You're a fully grown, formed adult, and I expect you to know your finances better than anyone else. And therefore, you choose whether or not you super chat me or give money to a charity or come to the Zoom, right? Hey, Sarah Blackshear, you know what I mean? Hey, Original Anne, it's on you. I'm not going to sit here and discuss finances with you guys. You probably know money better than me. Hey, Pam, dang girl. I love that. Thank you, Pam. She gifted 10 memberships. That is really kind. People love getting gifted memberships. Thank you, Pam. That was really, really nice of you. Thank you. And the thumbs up is free. Yeah, I'm not asking for your money, but I would appreciate it if you'd give this a like, hype, subscribe. After I lost my husband, I haven't had any desire to meet anyone or fall in love again. I don't feel like that's something bad. Just for see, so this is a beautiful thing. You know yourself, DS Kitty Diane, and I'm sorry you lost your husband, but you just do what you're comfortable doing, just like anything else. I think the best advice is do what's best for you. It's pretty simple. You do what fits, what's best for you, but don't, Tennessee girl, don't reject the idea of it. Catherine B, I'm looking at you. Wanda, I'm looking at you. You know, like if you like the idea of being in love again, then put it out there. The idea of it, right? Doesn't mean that it's foolproof, but I think like DS Kitty Diane, she's Brian Bolin, she's happy, she's content. But being in love can be fun and being single is very fun. I liked both, honestly, and I do say this a lot. Tawana Ball, I'm not sure. Mods, can you post how to the Zoom info? I don't even know how to do it. I do believe this. I hate to say this. Oh, with the chronic health problem, I cannot allow an intimate relationship. Well, you could get a companion. Maybe he doesn't want to be intimate either. Maybe it'd just be fun to get a dude to go hang out with and go out to dinner with and party it up with sometimes, have a drink. I don't know. I don't know what you do, but I mean, you don't have to get intimate. Not everybody does that. I just think this, if you're a female, if you're a woman, just from my experience, and please don't take my advice, but hey, Nicole Hazelmiller, I really, really believe in independence and never handing over your power to the point where you are trapped. And I think we all know what that means, right? Don't give up your financial power. I think you should always, always have a plan. I would not have said that 5, 10, 15 years ago. I latched on to men. I felt like I have to be with a man to feel complete. I have to be with a man. It makes more sense. No, you do not. I am with Tommy because I want to be, not because I have to be. And there's a big difference in that. But I love couples and I love single people. And I think you do what feels best. But I know a couple people in this audience, including myself, who have been, who are, or were once trapped. And sometimes it happens to the man too, right? It's not just a female thing. But as a female, I'm just saying I have been really, really stuck. And that is the scariest. It was more scary than ever being a Scientologist. It was a very scary feeling to feel stuck as a woman in a relationship and being with someone who is extremely controlling. Yeah, I like an emotional relationship, Brian. I agree. It doesn't have to be intimate. Um, I like being single, but if there was someone who complimented my life, I would welcome the company. That's a beautiful thing to say. And there are worse things in life than being alone, like being with the wrong person. I 100% agree with that too, Barbara Waite. Yeah, it's a scary, scary feeling. And I think people don't realize it until they experience it. It's a terrifying feeling to be with someone who wants the ultimate state of control. And I am not, hey, Starlina, there's some things I've been kind of like assessing about myself. I know this and I've always known this. I do not crave control. I do not want control. I am not even that way with my own son, right? Like I do not try to grasp and gain control over people. I think because I have experienced that in my life so much, I've had that happen to me, that I've just never been a person who has to be in control of other people. As a matter of fact, I don't want to be. Like if you handed over control to me, I would say no. Do you remember yesterday when, hey, Punisher, Huckleberry Heather was in here and she said, when I get a boyfriend, I want you to judge the hell out of him. I know she might have been like half kidding, half serious. Hey, sorry about that. I don't want to do that because then you're kind of handing me over power and control. I don't like that feeling. I want people to make their own decisions. That goes with everything. That's why I even say, go watch The Hate on Me. Make a decision for yourself, right? Like you should have that ability to do that. And if you're a fully formed adult, I really don't like people telling people what they need to be doing. It's a huge red flag for me these days. I don't like people being like, I'm 70 and here's what you need to be doing because I went through this. And it's like, there's a way of, we talked about this with Jenny Jinjin because she was like, I realized I offer too much advice. Hey, there she is. Hey, Heather Huckleberry. I don't think there's a problem with advice. I think there's a problem with telling people what they need to be doing. There's kind of a difference. Like there's guidance. There's like, hey, this worked for me. Maybe it would work for you. Sure, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't need other people's assessments of your life choices, Anne. Exactly. So I think there's just a fine line. There's a way of doing it. I love saying this worked for me, but I think there's a difference when someone says, here's what you need to be doing. I have someone currently, I have two people in my life right now that do that to me all the time. And that's kind of what this stream was going to be about today. People who say to me, I have two specific people in my life who say, like, if I say something about my life, they'll go, okay, okay, here's what you need to be doing. This is what I know. And this is what here's okay. So you're gonna pick up the phone, you're gonna do this. Like, no joke, I'm impersonating that person right now. It My whole stomach, like everything ties up in knots around conversations like that. Someone who takes, and that's what they're doing, they're taking full control of me and them. I feel it every time. Hey, Michelle Asbell. My God, no. Michelle Asbell, I know you privately. I've never felt that way about you. You're cute, Michelle. Nope, wasn't you. You're pretty damn cute. No, and I love you, and I'm glad that I got to message you today. Uh, I get that, Wanda, but no, guys, it's a real thing, and I think we all need to kinda check ourselves to make sure we're not that person, because I get that, like, you think your way of doing things might be the best way of doing things, and you just want what's best for that person, but it is such a it's I don't know. I shouldn't speak for other people. I don't like doing that. But for me, when people do that to me, I start feeling small. Everything gets smaller and I get nervous and I feel like I'm back in Scientology. Like, it's basically like saying, like, well, what does LRH say about that? Okay, well, let's have a look see. Let's see what LRH says, okay? And that will fix your problem. All right, here's what LRH says. So here's what you need to be doing. That's exactly Scientological behavior. So when people say to me, like, here's what you need to do, I immediately, like, if I were a cat, like, my tail would get poofy. Yeah, Michelle, don't be silly. Not you, babe. I've had those types of you should do this kind of friends. Needless to say, they are no longer friends of mine. I do have boundaries. Well, let me ask you this. How do you put the boundaries up? Hey, Saudi girl, how do you put up the boundaries? And I'm being serious. Like, I haven't come up with a solution yet on how to deal with this type of scenario. When someone comes on that strong, here's what you need to do. Okay. Here's what you need to be doing. You're going to tell her blah, 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 blah. People who are that heavy handed and overwhelming, because then you've got versions of that, right? There's more mild versions of that. People who are like, I think you should do this. This is what I think. Like, it's a little more mild, but I have some strong ass people around me right now that are like, oh, hell no. Here's what you need to do. And it's like, ugh, I don't like that. You're coming on too strong. I don't like that. I don't do that. Aha, thank you, Christine. I always say I'm not looking for advice. I thought we were just sharing. If I want advice, I will ask. See, that's very clear cut. And I love that, Debbie Love and Life. I'll be honest, I have said that to two of these people in my life. I have put it in that kind of a way. Hey, Linda Garden Lady. I have said things like, actually, that's not, I've been a little more harsh. One of them recently, I mean, I've just not been in a good place anyway. And one of them kind of snipped at me and I snipped back. And I don't usually do that. I remember I said something like, well, that's not going to happen. And that's not how I deal with people. Like, I remember saying that because she was like, okay, well, here's what you're going to do. I don't cutthroat people. I don't like that. That's very Scientology behavior. And I give people usually many chances. Like, lately, these days, I'm the opposite of a Scientologist, believe it or not. And I give a lot of grace. And I've been trying to do that because then it kind of bleeds on to me. I'm trying to give myself grace. Yeah, decultified. And so the grace thing is very important to me these days. And I actually took Huxley to lunch today after I took him to the gym. And we were talking about his grades. It was really cute. He was talking about college. And I said, what do you want to do? Do you know? And he goes, yeah, I think I want to do something in farming. He said, I'm really loving my agriculture class. That's a side note. I thought that was really cute. I'm excited for him. But he said to me, yeah, Brian, we need to work on that, Brian Boland. But Huxley said to me, and I said, that's Huxley, that's a very wise thing to be in tune with at your age. He goes, I have a lot of friends. He goes, I really like school. He goes, but some of my friends are like failing and they get bad grades and they kind of have bad attitudes. And he goes, I think I need to stay away from those friends. And I said, yeah, yes, you do. And I said, Huxley, you really kind of are who you hang out with. He goes, but then I also have a bunch of friends who have straight A's. Like they're always working on their homework. They're always doing, they're like kind and they're not like getting in trouble. And I said, okay, good. So I'm not going to tell Huxley even what to do. I don't even tell my kid what to do. I just kind of do the same thing. I'm like, I try to guide and just kind of like show him the door and maybe he'll walk through it. But I'm not the type of person, I'm the last person that's going to be like, okay, here's what you need to do. I wouldn't even do that to my kid who's looking for guidance. Like, I simply was like, I love that, Hux. And he goes, yeah, I think I need to stay away from the straight F kids. And I said, well, here's the thing. Yeah. I said, I believe this to be true. And I said, this is just my opinion, but you kind of are who you hang out with. I said, I love, Tommy said to me once about being a YouTuber, he goes, you are your audience. I stuck onto that, glommed onto that because I like that. All of us in here are very similar. Like, I love this chat. We all do. Thank you, Christine. Do you guys notice that? How we just very like we're all fluid together. We all just kind of like dance together and mesh together and like, but we strangely all have very different personalities, very different beliefs. But somehow this channel has grown to over 18,000 people who just kind of like, I feel like we all just, hey, Chew, kind of are fluid together. I loved that. I really believe that. He said, you are your audience. We attract this kind of quality level of people. And then we know when we see a hater or a two-faced person, they stand out. Like Tommy always says, Wednesday in the middle of the week, that's some old person saying, like, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Because I don't think that's a real saying. It doesn't mean anything. He always goes, it stands out like Wednesday in the middle of the week. And I'm like, this is why I love old people, because they have the weirdest sayings. So wise on his part. Baby steps. I thought so too. And this was all Huxley doing the talking. Like, I wasn't guiding him. I was sitting there stuffing my face with chips and salsa. And he was like, I think I want to, he was like talking about the college he wanted to go to. I could really see the wheels turning. Thank you for your super chat. And he goes, I think I need to not, he goes, I know I can get better grades. I said, yeah, but Hux, I'm impressed with your grades. Like, he just turned in his grade card to my dad yesterday. He had 1A, but he had mainly B's and C's. That was it. He used to get 2 or 3 D's and like 1 F. Always, pretty much always. He didn't have any D's or F's. And I said, Huxley, you're making huge improvements though. He goes, I know, but I could do better. I said, of course you can do better. But like, even the fact that you're thinking about doing better, you're doing better. Like, if you know that you can and you're thinking about it, that's, again, it's like, that's the door. You're walking through it, right? No one expects you to fly through it. Just walk through it. And he said, he goes, I just think that I need to quit hanging out with the kids that get in trouble. And I said, you always should not hang out with people who get in trouble. Those are bad news types of people, right? Me too, Nancy. Chops World, 100%. I love being here. It feels like a coffee clutch, whatever it's called. Same, Brian Boland. I don't know what it's called, but I know what you mean. Laureen Brown says it feels like home here. It feels safe, and I love that. I think it's absolutely insanely incredible. I know that was kind of a dumb adjective to use together, but I really do feel like we've grown into such a, we all mesh together well, even though maybe you guys don't know. I know a lot of your beliefs privately. I know a lot of how you feel behind the scenes privately. Many of you are very opposite of one another, but we all are also so similar. And I love that. I think maybe some people say things because they really care for you and don't think they're overstepping. And there are those who just want to inject their beliefs and opinions on you. 100% true. Joanna's spot on. And the thing is, you have to get good at, I read it as opinions. What you have to get, yeah, Brian, respect does live here. I mean, those God streams are an example. We have so many different, hey, Rue, we have so many different backgrounds here in our belief systems and religions. And the fact that people don't step on each other's toes, is insanely amazing to me. And Joanne, I agree. Hey, Lexi, I don't need to right now, Lexi. We've done a tutor in the past, but I definitely he's improving. So no, I don't feel we need to do that yet. But yeah, Joanne, I think what we have to get good at is it's what you actually just said, Joanne, reminds me of oddly, it's not the same thing, but knowing the difference between who's in your business and who's in your corner, right? I don't think people who are in your corner overstepping, but then the ones who want to just go, well, here's what you need to do. That's in your business, right? I mean, I don't know if you agree with me on that, Joanne, but thank you for your super chat. I'm a fixer by nature. Give me a problem, and my first instinct is to fix it for you. I have to resist the urge a lot. You are Pam, but I love that quality about you. Hey, Jan, C's get degrees. Cute. This and the lifeboat are the only places I've ever commented. I feel like this group is family. Oh, we love you here, Tennessee girl. It's because great color on you, Lorraine. My God, I love that color. Would you call that? See, in person, it's probably a little different. I was talking about this color the other day. It's like a lilac, but it's also like a fuchsia. Oh, I love that color on you. I cannot talk about it enough. Guys, are you looking at her picture? I absolutely, not everybody can pull off that color, but I love that color. I have a necklace, like a beaded gemstone necklace in that color. I just love that effing color. It's because you make people feel welcome when we come in your chat. That simply acknowledging us and saying hello means the world to me. Laureen, I love that. And thank you for saying so, babe. That's very kind of you to say. Me too, Tennessee girl. Those good straight A kids have the potential of being a healthy peer support system and friends for life. Totally agree with that, Anne. Good job, Reese, with Hux and grades. I wasn't allowed to make a C. My dad was very adamant on grades or I'd lose privileges. I'm unlearning that pattern. Yep, we were talking about that the other day. Almost like punishment. And that's one of the reasons I avoid college. I would avoid getting a GED. I would avoid all of those things. I am way too triggered by that shit from Scientology. Okay, yeah, fuchsia, she says. Yeah, a lot of you did. Hey, mommers. Nice to see you, babe. Yeah, Laureen is a babe. Dang. A violet toned fuchsia. Dang, Anne is really spot on. Hey, Sharon. Yeah, it's amazing on her. That is a good color with her skin tone. Anyone who uses here's what you need to do needs to check themselves. I agree with that. That is exactly what it's about, the welcome feeling. Well, and Cindy's a fixer too. That's the color of the top I got last week. I love that color. Hey, Charlene. Vanessa Carroll. I saw your beautiful son last night. You're an amazing mother and you're a beautiful soul. My God, what a nice thing to say. Vanessa, thank you so much. That is really, really kind. She is hot, Rue. Okay, real quick though, I want to talk about something more specific because we're kind of just rambling and we always do. And I usually just base the streams off of this, honestly. Like we go wherever the chat goes. But I do want to ask you guys something. And I don't know if this is kind of a weird thing to ask, but this occurred to me. Decoding emotions rather than expressing them. Michelle, welcome in. Joanne Hawley. I find when people start telling me what to do, they are deflecting from their own issues. Bingo. That is so true, Nancy. It's true. Yeah. That's kind of like our haters. Honestly, it's a very similar version of that. Hey, bless Gloria, right? Because they're going, Reese, 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 Reese. She's a liar. Tommy's this. They broke up. Now they're back together. She's a grifter, right? Look over there. Look over there. Look over there. Deflect, deflect, deflect. That's what a lot of people do who refuse to look at themselves. Hey, Marie Marion, right? Hey, Squirrel Girl. Do you see what I'm saying? People have habits. It's almost an addiction of like, not me, wasn't me. It was that, it was them. It was that, it was that group. Like, look over there, look over there. That's all haters really are. They're not winning, right? So they're below, they're beneath. It's kind of the same mechanism. Wow, Jane. And we're hip to it. The projecting. That's the thing is it's like, I think hate eventually, I know I say it's going to be around forever, and it will. But at the same time, I think people are getting like a little bit more aware of the fact. Like, go watch hate videos on anybody, not just me. It's all very like, it's so gossipy and it's so finger pointing and like, look over there, look at, and she did this and he did that. It's like, do you ever get tired of that? Do you see the pattern? And if you don't, you're probably really out of touch, I would think. Like, the people who glom onto that and love that kind of drama video type of shows, they're obviously they're on the exact same wavelength. They're the same type of person. They're doing the exact same thing. Look over there, look over there. Because people who actually do the work and they see that type of really, really thriving on conflict, I would say, behavior, yeah, judging everyone, it's like, you spot it right away. At least I do. I spot that shit right away now. That's why I've said, if someone comes to me and says like, "Oh god, you don't want to talk to her. Here's why. She's awful. Let me tell you what happened." I am immediately looking at the person telling me that and questioning them. And then I want to meet the person they're telling me not to meet. Like, that's how I am. I'm like, I'm questioning your character, not the person's character that you're tearing down. I see right through that shit. I see right through it. And like I said, lately, even if it's true, even if what you're saying is true, even if the hate on me is true, why are you doing it? It speaks more about you than me. That's how I see that. Like, even if, people in the past were like, she cheated on her husband. That's true. Like, that's, yeah, like strike one for me, right? That's terrible. I feel bad about it still. I wish I hadn't have done it. But like, rubbing my past or taking, like I've said, a version of me from the past and like putting it into the now and rubbing my face in that, it kind of speaks more, hey bunny foo foo, it speaks more about you than my mistakes. Why are you talking and working about my mistakes? Why are you pointing out my mistakes? Don't you have any? Like, anyway, we could go on forever. um Jane, your live shows are so affirming and uplifting. Even when there are heavy topics to discuss, I learn something new every day. Wow, Jane, that is so kind and uplifting, my friend. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. What I want to talk, I have a specific question. I don't know how, this is one of those things where I'm like, I have the concept, I don't really have the words yet. And I don't want to get too open about this because people will weaponize it and use it against me. I don't know. Sophia goes, why would one be interested in other people's lives? I don't know. I have so much to work on in my own life. I every once in a while will attack a hater, but I'm like, I can't. I could never do daily content on that. I don't have that kind of time. I need to work on me. Like, I have an immediate grounded life that I am here living in. It's weird to just be like, look at that person, look at that. Let's look over there. Let's look over here. Don't look here. Well, hey, babe, do you like this one? It made me actually think of you. Love you, Snuggy Buns. Hey, Cheap Chick. So now I'm going to bring Tommy's here. Of course, I'm going to say this with him here, but he shouldn't. It won't matter to him because it's about me. But guys, I have like this embarrassing thing that I just realized about myself, and I need to work on it. And I want to ask you about it. And this is like, I'm embarrassed to admit it a little bit, just because I know it's going to be used against me. Otherwise, I'm not embarrassed to admit anything. But I have trouble. Gosh, I don't know how to put this out. Let me just try. I have trouble communicating, and you've seen it actually in real time, and you're seeing it right now. Like, putting words together, I have trouble with. And I noticed something because I find myself to be, I'm a decent communicator as far as like, there's nothing you could ever ask me where I'd be like, oh, I'm not comfortable answering that. I'll talk about anything, right? To be honest, I'm interested in others' lives, keeps me informed on what's going on in this community. Just me. Just you for me, mommers. I'm not interested in other people's lives, because here's the problem with that. You don't know what you're being fed is true or not. Hey, Purple RN. You know what I mean? That can be a slippery slope, mommers, because consider the source, right? Like, if I hear something that's hateful about someone, whether I like them or not, you could come to me and go, did you hear your biggest hater, this happened to him? I go, according to who? And do I care? Is it productive? Is it helpful for me to know that? Like, I'm not one of those people that's like, I mean, there are people, there's tons of people like spill the tea. I get it. I get that it can become an addiction and all of that. Whenever someone gives me some bout of bad news, hey, Mimi, I'm always kind of like, why are you telling me this? Do I need to know this? Like, does this help me in any way? I talk to people in the chat about what's going on with them. I'm interested. That's a different thing. I see what you're saying, Mama. Of course, because you're interested in other people's lives and backgrounds, and you're as far as here caring about answered prayers. And oh, of course, HBH. That's a total. I thought you guys meant like I'm up on the gossip. Like I want to know what's going on in people's lives. I don't want to know. I say that to people a lot. If they're like, "Hey Reese, did you hear?" I'm like, "I didn't and I don't want to." I say this a lot. I'm out of the loop on purpose. If my biggest hater has a heart attack and dies, I don't want to know. I'm not going to be happy about it. It's up to God. That's not up to me. That we are merely human down here. I don't think it's right to hope someone goes to hell or that's their life. That's their lane. I don't want to know that kind of stuff. That's drama and gossip to me, and you don't know what's true, you don't know what's not true, and honestly, I don't like bad news. I don't want to know unless I can help. Like I just think like, why are you telling me this? When people come to me now and they're like, "Hey, did you hear that so and so said this about you, Reese?" I'm like, I'm questioning you. First of all, why the fuck were you listening to it? One, but like, why are you telling me? What am I going to do about it? I'm sorry. Like, I'm not all powerful. What do you think I'm going to do? Oh, I know. I'm going to keep going with my life. I'm going to live my life and move on. Not positive where you're going with this yet, but oh my God, you're a fantastic communicator, better than most I've met. And damn, Debbie. Are you sure that the haters aren't bothering you? Well, you'd have to ask me what hater. Are you talking about on YouTube? I'm sure. I have a very specific hater situation happening in my immediate life. It's definitely bothering me, but it doesn't have anything to do with YouTube. So yeah, certain case by case. Let me put it this way. If it is going to affect my actual life here, yes, it will bother me. Random ass toothless people, that say they're coming to my house or say they're going to call my kids school, that kind of shit doesn't bother me. And it bothers me less and less with each day passing because they regurgitate and recycle the same shit. Eventually, that kind of stuff doesn't really, you don't feel it anymore. It doesn't make a dent. So, no, random strangers making threats on YouTube, no, no, that doesn't bother me. But if it actually affects my real life here, yes. And I think that would be a yes for anybody you ask that question to. If it's a threat to my real life, yes. I'm hoping they win the lottery, just saying I'll let myself out. I'm not hoping they win the lottery. Okay, love you, bunny. Yeah, I don't really care though. I wouldn't care if they won the lottery. Hey, Courtney Ann. That's why I sent you good news. You did send me good news. You're a great communicator. I wouldn't gauge lives because of the multitasking, reading chat, reading messages, and responding to them, conveying a thought while organically weaving in thoughts of people. I agree with that. Yeah, mommers, I totally see what you're saying. Hey, Anne Marie. I love this. I don't have a right to put someone in the judgment chair, nor do I have a right to gossip to hurt someone. Yeah, I think that's where we overstep is people think they have the right to do that and they don't. And if you don't give it power, and I'm not going to give some rando ass strangers that have nothing to do with me, don't know me, but assume they know me and spread lies about me. What kind of power could I give them? What am I afraid of? Let's be real about that for a minute. What am I afraid of? YouTube is a fishbowl. I haven't committed any crimes. I'm not violating the law. Are they going to come get me? I've said that many times. Stop on by. I can't think of anything that I would actually be in reality afraid of. What could they threaten me with? What can they take away from me? What kind of hurt or hate could they add that they haven't already? The only thing they can do is get subscribers to unsubscribe. That's it. It doesn't affect anything. It affects absolutely, if you really think about that, I have an attorney friend who says this to me all the time. I love it. I love this. And actually, I will get back to what I was going to say because I haven't forgotten Debbie Love and Life. If it's a rumor, I'm not interested in hearing what you have to say. Guys, this might be some, hey Zoe, this might be helpful to you. Brian Boland, I have contacts in. My attorney friend says this to me all the time when it comes to YouTube haters or like potential legal situations, because she's a lawyer. She always says this. Say it out loud, Reese. Say it out loud. And then I say it out loud and she goes, good. How fucking crazy does that sound? Like, I love her because she's so deadpan when she says it, but it's true, guys. Let's break that down because the haters try to make themselves big and scary. And oh no, what are they going to put out on me? What kind of truth and receipts do they have? Oh no, we're so scared of, exposing Reese. I'm not afraid of that. Say it out loud. What? That I'm fat? That I'm ugly? Like, say out loud what you're afraid of. Say out loud what you think they're going to do. They can't do anything. They have no power. Think about that for a minute. Really, really think about it. Hey, Robin Miners, I'm just saying maybe that could help you because that has helped me so much. The monster under the bed is not really scary. These people have exposed themselves. Like, we know what to expect. They do the same routine. They do the same song and dance all the time. It's nothing new. There's nothing scary, right? They're bullies, and bullies only fucking work if they get power. They don't get mine. They might get yours. Reese, hey, Ruby, you get so much hate. However, the haters are just uninformed to your true character. Yeah, mommers, I don't really care I'm not trying to inform them. They've made up their minds. They're getting paid. That always helps, right? When total strangers are making daily videos about me, why? For what purpose? Why would you doubt my Scientology story? What difference does it make to you? You're getting paid to do it. So, I mean, add to the fact that they're racist Nazis, like credibility goes kind of out the fucking window. Hey, Heather in the library. Agreed. So let me say what I was trying to say, because I think I know how to say it. I have a hard time communicating. And I'm not going to say who I had this conversation with, but I spoke with someone the other day who said a lot about my Scientology upbringing. Hey, Holly. Thank you, They hate that I have strength. They don't like that. Sadly, it's not going anywhere. And I could lose 10,000 people tomorrow. They could put some big fucking story out, a 10-part story out tomorrow. I'm not worried about it. The worst case scenario is you guys see it and leave. I'm sorry, but life will go on. It really will. It'll be fine. People aren't dying. It's YouTube. They can say whatever they want to say behind any kind of mask, right? Like, they can say this is true and that's true, and they can AI shit. They can use my voice. They can piece things together. I'm not here to combat all that. I don't give a shit. Follow it or don't, right? Yes, Anne Marie. Oh, Holly, you're already back home? Wow. Welcome home, babe. Now I feel like, what are you doing in here? I didn't even know he was in here. Look at that little jerk. Seamus, don't do it. Don't be weird. Bubsy. Hey, Hux. Okay. I'm starting to get distracted. I need your opinion on this, so I want to open up about it. I'm having a hard time, and I had a Scientological conversation with someone the other day about this. Brian Bolin, not the anthropology chair. Thank you, mommers. I appreciate that. I am noticing, and I notice it the most in my relationship with Tommy. That's why I'm using this as an example, but I also do it here in real time. I am having trouble expressing my feelings. I know that sounds weird and basic, but I think it's because of where I came from as a child. I'm starting to connect the dots in such a way, like piece together. Hey, Jennifer Folsom, I haven't seen you in a while. Welcome in. I'm starting to think of like when my dad would scream at me when I was little and he'd be like, no HE&R in this house. Like how much HE&R stands for human emotion and reaction. Like when I would start to cry or make noise as a child, not identifying them. Good question. Expressing or identifying? Expressing. And I go back to that because I remember feeling so small and like trying to voice myself as a child and my dad getting in my face and doing the like, no HE&R in this house, like shutting me up and not letting me express emotions. Hey, Margie Barr, I realized something. Like, I don't know how to sometimes express myself. And I get myself into trouble doing it. Like, I will try to say something to Tommy if I feel like wound up or like bound up emotionally. And I realize it's hard for me. Like, he will be like, so what you're saying is this? And I'm like, no. But, and then like I'll say it and he's like, I didn't know you felt that way. And I'm like, that's not what I meant. Like, I can't understand. I can't seem to. Yeah, Mimi. Bunny Fufu, that is the cutest picture. If people only really knew, they never will because they aren't really in your life. That's all they'll ever have, imagination of who you are. That's a great point. It's so true. People just come up with narratives. Do you realize that? Like, if you don't know the answer to something, you'll just make up an answer to something, or you'll make up an assumption to something, or you'll spin a narrative. That's all the fuck people are doing when it comes to me. They think they know me because they watch me 2 hours a day. They don't. There's all kinds of shit I don't share, right? But they think they know. So instead, they're going to spin it and go, I got the tea on Reese. I got all these receipts. It's in her voice. Come listen. I don't give a shit. I've survived worse. Like, we're going to be okay. If you leave, you leave. That's a great point, Bunny Fufu. Pat, you struggle with it too. You were brought up to have no feelings. That's unreal to begin with. Is it that? You were given so many misconstrued ways of being and thinking, and Scientology twisted words. I think also all the communication drills I did, I can't believe that I'm just realizing I have a tough time voicing how I feel. Like, this is AI Reese. Hey, Mad Drop Bear. 38 years, essentially 4 decades restraining emotion. Okay, that actually makes me feel better. Are you saying that when you communicate, you're worried about their reaction? No, not at all. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying, I'll give you an example. I'm not going to say what I said. I said something, I'm getting better at it. Tommy is probably the biggest one that I have to practice this on because, hey, Martin, I don't get emotional with my friends. Does that make sense? And if I do, it's easy for me to kind of talk it out. Hey, Jenny Jin, I get emotional the most with Tommy. Of course, you're going to do that with your partner. I agree, Bunny Fufu. It's hard for me to be like, hey, like, okay, I'm not going to say what I said. I got my feelings hurt, but it was a misunderstanding, right? And I was like, I feel this way, but I don't understand. And I was like, I feel like you're pulling, hey, confident joy. And this is what I said. I go, I feel like you're pulling away from me and I'm uncomfortable. When it comes to Tommy, when it comes to any relationship I've ever been in, I did this with Jeff too. I get like major insecure feelings of abandonment if we go a certain period of time. If I don't talk to Tommy for like 8 to 10 hours, I'm like, well, it was nice meeting you. I get insecure. Like, I definitely will be like, did I do something? Like, I get nervous. I didn't do anything. I know this, but it's hard for me to voice it without like jumping to major conclusions. And like, what ended up happening is he was like, babe, I haven't had power. Like, my phone has literally been dead. Like, we don't have power. His power keeps getting shut off. Hey, Irish Mart, like, it's not anything. It never is amounted to anything. It's my thing. It's not him. It's me. Right. I'm the same way. Okay, Brian, that actually is strangely comforting. I couldn't have true feelings or sickness growing up because I never got a shoulder to cry on. All I received was scriptures. Ruby, that's rough. So you don't know how to put a point across when it's an emotional situation with a partner. Yes, but here's the thing too, guys. I have trouble with boundaries, so it's hard for me too. Remember, bull baiting is a learned freeze response. Now, this is different than what I just described, but like if someone came to me and was like, F you, bah, 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 I don't have a response. I freeze. I don't say anything. I've had friends treat me like absolute shit, and I've never stood up for myself because it's a freeze thing. So it's similar, but like Tommy's not attacking me, right? But like I will jump to conclusions and assumptions, and I'll be like, if this isn't working out, just let me know. And he's like, are you nuts? Like I do it to myself. Liz says we all come to a conversation with different experiences, histories, and dictionaries of what things mean. The best thing we can do is talk to each other until we understand. I agree with this, Liz, and that's thank you for the super chat. That's so true. But it's like I can't communicate. I don't know how to put into words what I think is going on or how I feel. And it's bizarre because I've done a million communication drills. I can communicate, but I get locked up badly in my head. Hey Vicky, that's how I would describe it. That's the words I would use. I get locked up in my head. And I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I don't know where to turn. I'm like, I don't, hey, Lachlan, I'm like, I don't know what to say right now. I struggle with listening to the voices in my head when I'm insecure. Yes. Can you write it out, Cindy G? I can. I think I'm getting better. Like in the past, I have come at Tommy guns blazing. I'm like, why didn't you just say so? If you don't want to, blah, blah, blah. Like I really, really used to do that to him. And he'd be like, what the fuck? Like he would get mad because I'd come at him, right? Hey, Hawks, can you let Seamus out? I'm just like that too, Reese. I've always been told how to tell how to feel, but never turns out. I'm actually really feeling warm that you guys like understand what I'm saying. Thank you. I didn't expect you guys to be so understanding. Donna Cooper, thank you. And like this morning, I texted him and I took a long walk this morning and I was way softer about it. I thought out. So Cindy G, I didn't write it out, but instead of like blurting it out and jumping to conclusions, which is something I would have done in the past, I took a good 30-minute walk and I got like my heart rate going and I thought, oh, hi, Moosey. I thought, what do I want to say? What am I feeling? This was the first time I've actually done that. And then I sent him a text and I was like, I said, I know that this is probably me jumping to conclusions. I said, but we are in two different countries and I get insecure. And I said, I already have insecurities and abandonment shit. That's not your fault, has nothing to do with you. But I was like, I just feel right now like very distant from you. And it was so well done on my part because I didn't do the like, what's going on? Like I didn't act like that. And he wrote me back and he was like, babe, I am so sorry. He said, we didn't have power yesterday. And he was like, it's just been a whirlwind. He was like, if you notice, I haven't even been able to put up content. I was like, yeah, see, I didn't really look at it from that point of view, but he was like, I'm so sorry. I'm not communicating well. And I was like, I feel so much better like that. But then I felt stupid. And I was like, gosh, I'm not very good at communicating, am I? I feel like I am, and I'm not. I'm really poor at it. I can do it here. I could jump on a stage right now with 1,000 people and I could talk. I don't have a problem talking. But when it comes to like feeling that locked up feeling in my head, I think it's with a partner or someone really close to you. Like I would have this problem with my parents. I would have a hard time. Like my father is currently dying. Everyone knows that. And people have said, like, you need to go say everything you need to say. I already know that working in senior living. I'm locked up. I don't know when to do it. I don't know what I want to say yet. And it's going to be the same thing. I'm going to have a hard time getting the concept out into words. And so I think when it's something heavy like that, I don't know how to form thoughts into words. And I find that to be strangely embarrassing. I'm kind of like, damn, I kind of thought I was good at this. You need some words to respond due to your Scientology training. Maybe therapists could model some for you. That's not a bad idea. It depends on the strength of the emotion. I don't do well around people who are being too much, too boisterous. I agree. Yeah. If it's like really intense, I lock up. If someone is being boisterous like that or like over the top with me, like I was telling you, I have a friend who's constantly doing that to me. They're like, here's what you need to do. Okay. I know what you need to do. You need to make that phone call. You need to do it now. It's like, oh, I just like freeze up. I'm like, I can't have a conversation with you. Like it's overpowering. It's overdone. I don't like intense ass people like that because that's very Scientology. That's too close to Scientology for me. They're loud. They make their point like that on purpose to impinge. Like I can't handle people like that either. Tommy's not like that at all. Perhaps there's a communication block when it comes to relationship letdowns. Could be. That's a good point too. If you deny your emotions, you deny yourself. You are not free to be whole. No wonder you feel lost and wrong. That's a good point. Insecurities born from life experiences. Yes, I think life in Scientology taught me to be incredibly insecure and question question myself. Is this right? Am I doing this right? Is it wrong? And also not being free to come up with my own responses, but look to LRH. So there's that too. And that's a big thing. I mean, it's a huge thing in Scientology. For my Scientology upbringing was, what does LRH say about that? Let's go see what LRH says. Did you look up what LRH says? Let's go read what LRH says. So there is no conversation with people about like, oh, I've experienced that. So when I was growing up, nobody talks like that in Scientology, guys. It is not the real world in Scientology. No one is giving you real life experiences. Do you understand? Like what I've learned coming out of Scientology is people will be like, oh, well, my mom always said, or when I raised my kids, or I've experienced that. Like nobody talks like that. Literally everyone in Scientology goes, what does LRH say? Everybody is a fucking robot. You have no idea. Nobody thinks for themselves. Like, have you checked out Science of Survival? What does Dianetics say? Let's go to the Qual Library and see what LRH says about it. Come with me. It sucks. It sucks because nobody's giving real life experiences. I can get it. Growing up, no matter what I did, I was never good enough. I was wrong, even if not. When you were always wrong, it's hard to get over it. That is such a good point. And thank you, Jin. Cindy, thank you for sharing that. Perspective is important, Bunny Fufu. Do you realize how much ahead of the game you are? So many men and women aren't even self-aware enough to know those reactions are born of our own insecurities. You know yourself. See, Debbie, I love chatting with you. I really clicked with you on that Zoom call because this is what I mean, guys. She has some really interesting. Thank you for saying that. She's a deep thinker, and I love that about you. There are times I sabotage myself. Absolutely. Movement is a great way to unstuck the nervous system. Yeah, I think taking that walk helped. Communication freeze. Yes. It sounds like you get locked up in your thinking. The trusting and your thinking part is what gets you stuck. It looks like our feeling comes from situations outside of us, but yeah, I agree with that, Martin. Mimi says, do you ever feel like you have made your parents proud? No. I never felt I made mom fully proud before she passed away. And my dad, I still do not feel that way. No, I think that's a great question. I don't feel that way. No. Now, they would probably say, yes, you have, but I don't feel that way. No, I didn't grow up with that kind of talk. It is topics of true substance. Yes. Thank you, Mad Drop Bear. Charlene, I wouldn't say that. You're probably not. And I overthink everything. And don't tell me what to do. It's a total red flag. Same, Bunny Fufu. Hey, Amy G. A lot of people are like that. Just take your time. Yeah, Mimi, I saw it. I'm just really behind. Ooh, I'm really behind. Baby steps. We can all get caught up in ourselves and emotions. It's difficult to express that to another person. We can talk it. It can be talked through. Pausing is good, but also your partner should be kind in these situations. Oh, and he was super kind. He was overly apologetic. I mean, that's one good thing I love about Tommy. And thank you for your super chat. He's the only man that I've ever been with that's apologetic. Like he really will over the top be like, babe, it is me, not you. And he's like, I'm sorry I made you feel that way. I'm sorry that I created that kind of an environment for you to sit and think like that. Like Tommy really, really over the top will, um, I love that about him. I don't need apologies. That's not what I mean by that. I'm not a person who's like, you need to say sorry. I don't did never need that in Scientology. But I do appreciate that he reflects and he will do that to me a lot. Like he has no problem being like, I feel like I was rude just then and I apologize to you for that. Like we're both that way, but I think it's great to have a man that's very sensitive like that. Yeah, I agree with that. And hey, Sue Herman, if you aren't supposed to have HNR, how do you learn to communicate it? It's true. You don't. So in Scientology, the only true emotion that's used is anger. And I don't express things through anger. I really it's hard to make me put me in a state of actual anger. And if I am angry, I typically get very serious, solid, quiet, and I'll start crying or something. Like I don't ever blow a top. It is hard to get me to start screaming to prove my point to something. I just am not I'm the opposite of that. I get more griefy and depressed than I'm going to get angry. It's not natural for me. Reese, it's not embarrassing. And this is resolvable because you're aware of it and excel in other facets of communication. Thank you, Anne. I mean, I think being aware of it does help. He wanted all of you to be completely dependent upon him, so you cannot think for yourself. Oh, for sure that's true with Scientology, Liz. With LRH, 100%. And I agree with this. Prayer helps a lot too. Well, every time I take, thanks, Idira. Every time I take a walk, I talk to God. Those are the real reasons I take walks. I mean, I do it because I have an insane poodle that has to walk, but I'm grateful for that. I look at that as something to be grateful for because it's good for my health, but I go talk to God. That's pretty much what I'm doing on my entire walk. It seems Scientology simply wants to invalidate any emotions that speak of the fact of being human. Bingo! That's a great point. It's like it's awkward to be human. I feel weird being human. Like it's hard for me to do it. For 38 years, not many cared about what Reese thought or felt. It's going to take time to unlearn that. There are thousands of people here who care about your thoughts and feelings. Yorkie Mom, that is true too. That is true too. I agree with that. No one, and it's not just people didn't care what I thought. No one in Scientology cares what anybody thinks or feels. Hey, Pebbles. Hey, Power Lies to Paralyze. The Zoom calls help this to not be totally parasocial, but one of the reasons I really respect and admire you is your self-awareness and eagerness to understand why we do react the way we do. Thank you, Debbie. I'm very curious about that. I'm very interested in human behavior. That's why I love therapy. And that's why I love this channel. I'm very curious I need to know the why. Like, why do I behave that way? Why do we do the things we do? And I've said this before, I'm a verbal processor, but when I can find out why, or at least get some stability as to like, here's the problem. If I can like draw it and figure out oh, it stems from this is where it originates, then it kind of goes away for me. Or I can at least identify it and go, oh, I get why that makes sense why I do that. It kind of dissolves and resolves, right? Like I just kind of figure it out and I go, oh, it makes sense why I do that. It's such a damn mystery to me otherwise. And I will stay up all night thinking about stuff. And it's never like, why does that person do what they do? Why? That's what the haters do, right? Like, look at her, don't look at me. I can't figure out why other people do what they do. I can't. I don't know your history. I don't live in your head and I don't know your past, right? I don't even do that about Tommy. I know why Tommy is the way he is because I know his whole life, but it doesn't work. I can't do it on other people. It just works on me. And thankfully I have tons of work to do. We got a lot to work on. So if I notice a flaw in myself, I will spend hours going, why do I do that though? Like, where did that come from? And I'm just curious because of the Scientological background at this point too. You're not in trouble. Remember, you've had a big blow to your core confidence. Regardless of what happens, you are amazing. You are competent, beautiful, and worthy of love. Wow, Ghostwriter, thank you. And I love that picture. Thank you, Ghostwriter. Of course, Mimi. I wasn't talking about Tommy, it was a generality. I figured, I understood. Thank you, baby steps. You didn't have to super chat that. Thank you, my friend. I think when we truly apologize, it validates the other person's feelings. It's very healthy. I think that, and I'm going to add to that, Nancy, when we also take accountability, Brian, I love you and I will. When we also take accountability, so when we apologize, it validates another person's feelings. When we take accountability, which would be delivering the apology, for me, that's taking accountability. Delivering an apology, it validates you too. So the apology validates the person, but for me anyway, that's taking accountability and it makes me feel so much better. Hey, Tampa B, welcome in. I fixed that if you noticed. I think about the security Huxley feels. Know you will listen to how he feels and respect it. I do that. We sat in a booth today at a Mexican place for like an hour and a half and we had a really deep talk and it was great. And we don't usually do that. Like, we talk, but it was a nice deep talk. And it was about college. It was about his friends. It was about his current classes. It was about his grades. It was about my stepdad and just not, I said to him, I go, we don't have all the time in the world with him, And so we talked about that. It was just a really beautiful conversation, but that is a fact. I feel like what happened to me, hey, Molly Moon, I don't give a lot of grace or credit or anything. Like what happened to me in Scientology happened to me and it happened for 38 years. There's nothing I can do to undo it. I can't go back. I'm in the middle of my life, right? Huxley is a different story. And I now more than ever, as a mother, have never felt more protective of him. Like I didn't feel as protective, oddly, when he was younger. Hey, Don Clark, I've never felt more like I want him to win, and I'm going to do everything I can to help him to win. Like, it's my job more than ever to make sure he's protected, he's heard, he's validated, he's seen. Like, I don't know why, but God has like perked my ears up there. Like, I've always been guiding, right? And like, I'm here if you need me. But like now, I'm like, I feel just very different on the level of protection and like making sure he makes it. I didn't make it. I wish I could have gone to school. I wish all these things. I wish I would have had good parents. I'm really kind of Huxley's only parent. So I'm going to play both teams. I'm going to be the mom and the dad. Tommy is in his life every day, but he doesn't live here with us. But I am like more now, like behind Huxley than I ever have been. I think he needs it more now. You're already doing so much better in this, as the example you gave showed. You are aware and growing. You discount your abilities. Thank you, baby steps. Maybe you're right. And thank you for the super chat. Maybe you're right. I guess that could be true. Reese, you have grown as a parent because you have found yourself. Thank you, Jojo. I do too, Erica. We had a really quality chat today and it was very nice. And I think also he just said he loved coming on here last night and talking with you guys. I think Huxley needs that kind of validation just like the rest of us. Yeah, Mama Bear. A quote sign I bought for my daughter. You are enough. It's okay to have a bad day. Don't believe everything you think. You are love. You are enough. I love that. My favorite part of what that says right there is as a content creator, just someone who gets lies and shit made up about them all the time. Don't believe everything you think. Don't believe everything you hear. And you are enough. Like what other people say about you truly in the whole scheme of things does not matter. We are not here for that long of a time period. We're all going to be dead in less than 100 years. Like it's just not that heavy. And I love that, Mama Bear. I absolutely love that. And thank you for super chatting it. That was very kind of you. Everyone is enough. Brian Bullen, the truth is everybody is enough. Everybody brings something to the table. Everybody. All 8 billion people matter. Like why you would want to make someone feel like they don't matter is true garbage. It's unbelievable that someone would try to make someone feel small in the first place. Like there's something really wrong with you if you have to do that to people. Angie Mo, one of my favorite things about you is how you unapologetically question yourself and then learn from it. Well, thanks, Angie. For me, it's really hard to face myself. The shame spiral is real. I never thought of that before. I never thought of the alternative, like not being able to face yourself. You know, Angie, I know your background. It kind of makes sense what you just said. And I think with my background, and I'm sorry, by the way, I'm sorry. I know that about you, but I never thought about it in the way you just put it in that perspective. I think the reason it's easy for me to face myself is I don't know that much about me. It sounds bizarre to say that, but I constantly am peeling off layers going, now, is that even really me? Or was that my indoctrination? Is that even really me? Or is that L. Ron Hubbard? Is that even really me? Or did my dad tell me that was me? So I think I want to face myself. I enjoy doing the work because I don't know who the fuck I am most days. I'm like, I think I like that, but I don't know if I do. I could see that depending on your childhood and your background for sure, Angie. I never thought of it that way, though. Thank you for saying that. You've definitely grown leaps and bounds. I come here for the free therapy insights. It helps me. I love that. Paralyzed to paralyzed. I absolutely love that. Thank you, Diana H. Yeah, don't believe everything you think. It's easy to do. It's an addiction. Hey, Natalie Strasser. It's easy to believe everything if you're that kind of a person. It is not for me. I do not easily believe shit. Was there an Easter event like Winter Wonderland when you were in Scientology? There was one in Coldwater. I've definitely gone to the org on Easter. Yeah, HBH for sure. So I was thinking they didn't have an Easter event. Liz Carr, if you remember, I've told you who that was. Kim is Blue. She passed away. She's the one who I lived with when I moved to Kansas City. She was my senior. She loved, loved, loved Huxley. So on Easter, when he was really little, she did like an Easter egg hunt at the org one year. It wasn't like an every year thing, but the reason I know is I have photos of it. I remember it. I think he was like 2 or 3. But no, they never had Easter events. No, probably the bigger orgs, like you just said, Clearwater had Easter events. Probably they did the Winter Wonderland thing for sure in Clearwater because it's much bigger. But no, they didn't do that at the small orgs. And Anne Marie, Canada. I was a therapist. I could talk. Why? But it was deep and learned through upbringing to move on. I didn't want to be seen as a victim and learned to keep it as a secret until I couldn't in my 50s. Wow. That's rough, babe. Now, in Scientology, one of the huge things in Scientology they say is I've said this before, but for me, I got to know. I got to know why you are the way you are. I want to know why. It's not because like I can't sleep if I don't know. I'm fascinated by you and it helps me to understand you better and know you better. And that includes me. So I, in Scientology, they would always say, you don't need to know the why. You're being too significant. They call it putting significance on something. So, like, Reese, you're being too significant. We don't need to know the why. You don't need to know the why. And they would do that shit to me all the time, as long as I can remember. Because I'd be like in session and be holding the cans, and I'd be like, I wonder why. And they'd be like, that doesn't matter. Who cares? It doesn't matter. Like, they would get angry about it. People would be like, nobody gives a shit why. Let's just patch it up now. Or like, let's get off your crimes about it now. I disagree with that, but not everybody thinks like I do. I'm a processor that way. If I know why, then it helps me to go, oh, like again, I have that like bundled up, balled up feeling. I'm like locked in. And then if I figure out why, it kind of loosens and I go, oh, maybe not everyone thinks that way. And maybe some people are that way too. They're like, who cares why? You do it. Like you need to work on not doing it. I do better not doing it if I know why I'm doing it. I don't know. That sounds stupid now that I say it out loud. Tampa B, that is really nice. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. I know why you're thanking me, but thank you for the super chat. That is really kind. Thank you. It's the why that gives us acceptance. Yes. Seamus, you're too much, man. It's the why that gives us acceptance and release. Somebody come get this effing cat. Aren't there some cat lovers in here? Speaking of Tampa Bay, come get this fucking cat. But they do have to go as a pair. They're best friends. Asking why about things is part of being human. I think he wants to go out, Hawks. Don't let him in here. Moose is in here. I forgot he was in here. Asking why about things is part of being human. Yes, asking why is also important. I agree with that. But I like to know, help Reese by helping the channel. Yeah, hit the thumbs up. Thank you, HBH. I think I had a deep conversation with someone in LA, and I'm not going to name them. But we were talking about their private relationship, and I was asking all kinds of questions about this relationship. Not to be, I'm not a digger. I don't get into your business, but it helped me and it helped her to go, oh, like I got the dude's background, and I was like, makes sense to me. And she was like, why does that make sense to you? And I was like, because what you just told me adds up to this. And she was like, oh, holy shit. I never thought of that. Like, I think the why really matters. You know, I understand Tommy. Hey, Jen O, so deeply because of his past traumas and the things that he's done and the things that I know about his life that I would never talk about. And a lot of it you guys know about anyway. And you know what I'm referring to. It makes all the sense in the world when I know those things. It helps me to understand you better. That's all. You can't go back. The only way is forward. But Scientology does not have tools to guide you in the real world. Yes, that's it. That's what you guys are articulating it for me. Thank you, Decultified. That's what I'm trying to say. That's why I said decoding emotions rather than expressing them. I have a hard time. Cindy says, why does matter? What a shock the cult was wrong about that. I think they just backwards to everything to confuse us and make us into true robots. And the bigger thing that Scientology does is no one is allowed to bond. Families can't bond. Husbands and wives can't bond. That's pretty huge when you have a constant wedge separating people out, dividing people, telling on people, the snitch culture, all of that stuff. If you think about it, makes total sense too. See, this is the why. This is what I'm like verbally processing through, and it helps so much. Even that, when you know you're going to get told on, you know you're going to get written up, you know you're going to get reported, and you're going to have to go to ethics. It makes total sense why now in this moment today, I can't communicate my real true feelings to my spouse. I can't do it. I have a hard time doing it. Because I'm like, what, like, and I literally mean when I say I get locked up, I mean it in my head. I literally, if Tommy calls me and it's like a conversation I have to have, I do better writing the shit out because he'll be like, explain to me what you mean by that. And I'm like, I do be have, I don't know. Like I can't even get words out. I can't process them. I get all locked up. Like I literally get locked up. And it's a little bit embarrassing. I mean, even saying that out loud, but like, it's like, I don't know how to talk. It's like, I forget how to talk and I don't know how to express it. And I get all kind of emotional and it makes sense. Like, I love that we're doing this topic in this stream because we go back to the why. Be a 5-year-old kid trying to express yourself, start crying, throw a fit, whatever you do, and have your giant, mean, angry dad who has veins pop out of his neck, he would literally get in my face and be like, no fucking HE&R in this house. God damn it. And he'd like start screaming. He'd do this. He'd slap his hands. Like he would make himself huge and intimidating and scary where I would be like I literally would like start, you know, when you cry so hard that you like, like I remember doing that all the time as a child. And it wasn't even that sometimes I'd be crying that hard, but sometimes I would just be like I'd be so scared that I wouldn't talk. I'd be afraid to even get words out. So even like those are memories that I've suppressed. Like I have goosebumps right now thinking about that. Those are memories that I have suppressed that it makes total sense to me why now it's not like Tommy's not in my face screaming at me, but it makes total sense why now I'm like, I can't talk. I don't know how to, and it's so fucking weird because I talk for a living. So I think that's another reason it confuses the shit out of me, because I'm not this like person who's got agoraphobia and I don't talk. Nothing against agoraphobia, but like the fact that I constantly motor mouth for a living is weird when it comes down to it. And I actually have to talk in my life and my private personal relationship. And I'm like, like, I can't. Your nervous system is panicking because of the familiar experience of being unsafe. Great point. I love you guys. I love doing these kind of talks because you're so fucking observant. Forcing people to not ask why is how the cult succeeds. If someone asked why, they'd see the insanity of it. This is a fact, ma'am. You're not allowed to question anything. You're not long out, Reese. You're aware that you do it, so it will get better. It will take time. Keep speaking about it. Thank you. Yeah, Yorkie mom was right about that, Debbie Love in Life. That's being a hypocrite. Your dad shouting while telling you no human emotion reaction. I agree, and I never thought of that until someone pointed it out not that long ago. Then by him screaming at me like that was showing HENR. I never, I mean, I wasn't thinking about that at the age of 5. Yeah, Diana H. Your body still remembers not being allowed to have feelings. Good point, Huckleberry Heather. It makes me so angry that this cult is not being shut down. Well, we have to keep talking about it. Different words needed. They come from a different place. With Tommy, it's way deeper than with us. Tommy means more to you than if I then say I walked away. Well, Cindy G, yes, that's true. That's true. And it's just also different here than in my relationship with Tommy, right? Like that's where I divulge. That's where you guys don't make me emotional like that. Like that's where you have your fights. That's where you have your quarrels. That's where you have everything. It's where you share your deepest shit, right? So it's like, it's not the same thing, but it's weird that and it's not like he triggers me. Nothing has to trigger me. It's just if I feel small and like I felt like I was taking my walk this morning. Tommy did nothing wrong. I just felt left out. I felt insecure. And I was like, I like, I don't know how to say it. And then it's like, fucking forget it. And then I get mad at myself and I'm like, I don't know how to communicate. I'm an idiot. I suddenly don't know how to communicate. It makes me very angry. I get very angry at myself about it. I'm like, talk, dipshit. Like, I do this for a living. You can't get words out? Really? Like, I really get mad about it. I'm like, why? Why can't I talk? Very different to talk in front of or to lots of people is much more intimate and intense than with one person. Most people would say the opposite though, Liz. I think because one of like the biggest common fears among humans is public speaking. Most people can do one-on-one talks, but like public speaking, I'm kind of the opposite. Not with like people like you guys. When I do a meetup or if Liz and I are together, I've never had this problem. I've never been like, I mean, that's not true. I had a friend that attacked the shit out of me and said, a couple friends last year that said some horrible things to me. And one of them said what a terrible mother I was. And I said nothing. I literally was frozen in time. I locked up. So I think it's not just that's true, but like just everyday life, I don't have this problem with my mom. Like it's not like it comes out all the time, but when it does, it's usually in my relationship with Tommy. And I'm like, never mind, I'm embarrassed and I don't know what to say. Like, it's a psychological trauma response, freeze and flight. I think you're allowed to park that, calm yourself, write it out, and come back to it. Yeah. Good point, Alana. But the stakes are different if you talk with a person directly. It's easier talking to a big crowd than one person you have emotionally intimate relationships with. Yes. Yeah, for me, it's the opposite. I can public speak all day and I can one-on-one talk. Guys, I go out and I go into the public. Right? I talk to every person at the grocery store. I know every person's name at Costco. I talk to everyone. I am not an introvert. I literally, I talk to the guy at the Costco gas pump. I'm like, hey, Ken, how's it going? Like, I talk to people. I think when it comes to my actual intimate feelings, if they're hurt or I feel emotional or triggered or abandoned or insecure, is when I do that. I turn to mush. That's what it is. I just identified it. I am direct. I can speak. I am loquacious as shit. But when it comes to being locked up in my head with my emotions, then I can't. That's probably not that unusual. I bet I'm not the only one. Martin, I agree with that. I just said it. I got it out. I feel better now. I'm starting to notice my body when I'm triggered by trauma. Yes, I think we should absolutely pay attention to our bodies, not just when we're triggered by trauma, Susie, but also how you feel around others. So when Catherine B was saying when she hugged that crush she has and he made her body feel calm and at peace, pay the fuck attention. Excuse my language. I think I'm going to be ovulating soon. It's one or the other, guys. I'm sorry. Pay attention to how people also make you feel, not just you being triggered in certain situations. Pay attention to your body and how people. I have been around people I don't know, but red alert, alarms, bells, whistles are going off. And I'm like, I don't trust that person. I don't like them. I have no reason to say that. Right. Pay attention to that. I am rarely wrong. And I'm guessing you as well. When you get tongue tied like that, how do you feel? Maybe label that feeling to let Tommy know your mind went to past feeling. Oh, I tell him. I'm so open with Tommy. I will say, like, I feel like I can't talk right now. And he'll go, do you feel triggered about something? And I'm like, yes, I'm having a hard time communicating right now. And he's like, okay, it's all right. He's like, well, let's just talk it out. Like oh yeah, he's super easy to talk to. When you lost your dad, when you tried to explain and talk and explain things, it probably is subconscious fear to express your feelings. Yes, that's true too. Guys, this is so helpful. You have no idea. Your emotional tie to Tommy is so much bigger than on here. Just as Tommy said, you are your audience. It's amplified with your partner. You are at your most vulnerable. So true. But also that's the most exciting. Like I still have a crush on Tommy, I think for those reasons. Because I am so vulnerable and like I love talking with him and getting things out. It's not scary. It's not him, it's me. Yeah, that could be too, Shelly. I hate talking in front of a group of people, but I am fine one-on-one. Yeah. Yeah. Most people I would say, hey, Karen doll, are that way. You lock up with Tommy because he means so much to you and you're afraid of sabotaging. Could be. I get afraid of losing him. Interesting, Rue. I get afraid of losing him. The thing is, I don't worry about sabotaging. There's really no rational fear there of losing Tommy. I don't think he's going anywhere, but I think just the losses in my life I'm always going to have that irrational fear of loss. So that is true, Shelly. Kim is blue. You're hilarious. You're not the only one who has that issue. Hey, Nancy Jane. I'm glad you came in, babe. Thank you, Ruby. It takes a special person to remember people's names. I remember everybody's name. Laura, Colorado, welcome in. Your mind is putting the past into now. If you get better at seeing it before it happens, you can be kinder to yourself. I think so too. And I think, guys, here's the good news. Yeah, it's Jojo, disconnection playing its part. Mm-hmm. This is why I get really sad. Hey, Riley's human. I get so sad and it's just like, and then I feel defeated, big time defeat. Scientology is so evil. And I think I'm realizing that, hey, Tamber June, I'm realizing that more than I ever have. And I realize how stupid that sounded coming out of my mouth. I think you guys see the evils more of Scientology than I do. And let me explain why. And I'm sure it makes sense to you why you would see it more than me. I was in it. I lived in it. So it's hard to see. It's like my therapist said, a fish didn't discover water. When you're in something, it's harder to see it. Like we've all said that about your friends dating, like you see the red flags in your friend's boyfriend, they don't. Right? So it's like a fish did not discover water. I was in it. So I discover every day. I'm like, man, hey, Kevin, that is an evil, evil cult. It fucks people up. YouTube bad actors. It's been a while. I don't recognize your name at all. Case face. My husband and I celebrate 20 years on May 6th. Wow, still crushing. I'm glad you found that with Tommy. You deserve this special kind of love. I do feel that very much with him. Yeah. I definitely had that with Fred. I had that with Jeff until I found out he was weird in the gestures. But I definitely Tommy is the long like it's just constant. I definitely have like fluttery butterflies for him. I do. I think he's special. I think that once I accepted Tommy for who and what he is, which sounds insane. Okay, YouTube bad actors. It sounds insane, but I have this bad habit of like placing potential on people, and instead of shelving them or placing them on the chessboard where they belong, I'm like, they have so much potential to be this or do this. That's really unfair. You're placing expectations on people that they didn't agree to. You're setting you up and the person up for disappointment. And so once I started accepting people exactly where they're at and loving people for exactly who and what they are, not what they could be, not what they might be, not who they used to be, not who they like, just the whole thing, just accepting someone for who and what they are is very rewarding. Like, I don't place any expectations on Tommy anymore, so he really doesn't disappoint me. And I do the same thing with everything else, even the haters. That's why they don't disappoint me. And as a matter of fact, I just keep thinking, keep it on me because it really does bring people over here, good or bad. It's press and it's good. My PR team that I work with says it all the time. Let them keep making videos about you. It's not a bad thing. Just accept people for who and what they are. Thank you, YouTube bad actors, and welcome in. I love that, by the way. And I'm sorry I didn't tell you. Happy early anniversary. 20 years is insane. I always wonder about people who've been with someone for decades. I'm like, how does that work? People who've been together like 20, 30, 40 years. I'm like, holy shit, what's that like? I don't know that that's for me. I'm being serious. That would be difficult. Like, that takes a lot of patience and a lot of understanding. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm serious. Happy anniversary, babe. Thank you for your super chat. When you can be 100% vulnerable with someone and still feel safe, that is huge. I agree. And it's not easy to find. Trauma does not always have words. It could be mental images, smells, sounds, etc. True. Amy is some, I don't know how to say that. Is the alarm bell? Frontal lobe does the processing, but acute crisis does not always reach there. Interesting. I don't know what that word means. Wonderful. You can identify the confusion or hurt by knowing what you need. Maybe can't identify the why initially, but with time, discover more. Easier to cope when, yes, for me, it's easier to cope when you understand it. What's the status with Aaron these days? Is everyone friends or not? I couldn't speak for anybody else except myself, and I would never speak for other people. Aaron and I are not friends. Reese, I left first hubby and went to shelter for abused women. Wow. I'm sorry you had to do that. Sorry that happened to you. I had to fill out questionnaire going in. When I said he isn't bad to them a few weeks later, they had me review that paperwork. Interesting, Cindy G. And again, that's horrible. They explained why the rating to me. Yes, he was that bad. We both saw something, but they saw it differently. Wow. Smells and tastes can trigger someone. Yes. Cindy G, I'm sorry that happened to you. Diana says, I had to learn to just accept people for who and what they are. It's much easier. It's easier and it's freeing and it's actually loving them more. It takes the pressure off of you and your expectations on the person. Because again, hey Meredith Lynn, I really truly feel you are letting yourself down. That's his loss if you ask me. Well, I think just it's not a loss. I think that friends can come into your life for just a season. So I don't think Aaron feels that I'm a loss in his life, and I don't feel that he's a loss in my life. I think that we served each other well for the purpose that we did, and I'll always be thankful for what Aaron did. And I don't really have anything bad to say about him at this point. What's done is done, and I think people come into your life and they're not always meant to be there forever. And I think that's okay. I think it's okay to admit to that, right? Like I wish him well, and I just I don't think people have to be there forever. I don't think everyone's forever kind of people. Hey, Chef Brian. Um, but I'll always be happy that what happened helped me to get out of Scientology. That's for sure. Um, man, guys, this really helped. This conversation helped me a lot. Just now, Nancy? Oh, I absolutely know that. Nancy, we're on the same page, girl. Yeah. That's a very good way of looking at it. Reese, I agree. Yeah, yeah. I just I think people come into our lives, and me especially, I always got this impression when I would meet someone and go, "Oh my god, we're gonna know each other forever. Like we're in it for the long haul, BFFs." Like I'm clingy like that anyway, just because of my background, and I always reach for like external relationships, connection, validation. Clearly, because I do this for a living, I'm aware of it more that I do it. But I think I used to hold expectations on, again, expectations, right? I would I would place Aaron, let's use him as an example because that's who we're talking about. I would place people higher than they needed to be or based on their potential. Like, oh my God, he gets me. He's an ex Scientologist. He has this channel. He helped me get out. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Not, I jumped preemptively. I jumped without thinking, not necessarily. Don't put all your eggs into every single basket, right? Because this person may just be in my life for a season, and that's okay, right? That like people can just separate and go their separate ways. But I think again, you're placing a lot of expectations and pressure on you by going, "Oh my god, we're in it for the long haul. We're going to be best friends," or we're, because we're both ex-Scientologists, like we're just going to groove together. Not the case, right? It's not the case, and that doesn't mean anything bad. We just we were in each other's life for a season, and I think that that was the only season I needed. It was a God thing because I am now I know you are, Pam, and I love you. I am now safe and out of Scientology, but more importantly, my son is safe, big time safe, and away from Scientology, and that means more to me than me getting out of Scientology. So for those reasons, I will not. Hey, Charisse, I will not. I'm looking past all the shit between me and Aaron because honestly, that sinks to the bottom. What floats to the top for me is what he did for me and Huxley. And I don't really give a shit about anything else about the guy. I'm just thankful for that. I'm lately trying, I said this the other day, it's like one of those kitchen things that your grandma had that like you put like powdered sugar in, it like sifts through like the little chicken wire looking shit. I am all about lately looking at what, hey, Neptunes, what, thank you, Neptunes Lioness. That is so nice. What can I see or get out of that situation that I'm grateful for, that helped me, that I'm thankful for? And if you, matter of fact, I made a note about this. Thank you, Nancy. I know you are, babe. I just saw it today. Where did I put it? I have to find it. Oh, it's a basic ass note. Hey, Lacey Silver, but this, I love this. The amount of good things in your life depends on your ability to notice them. I'm going to say that again. The amount of good things in your life depends on your ability to notice them. That's it. That's it. And so I keep thinking, because I think in concepts and pictures. Yeah, I bet you do, Armine. Exactly. Relationships teach us a lot. And sometimes if it's shitty, we learn and we live from it. it's like I take my problem now and I put it in one of those sifter things and I start shaking it and I'm like, what can I pull out of this that was good? While the Aaron blow up sucked and like we walked away not in what am I trying to say? Good on good terms. I don't give a shit because that sinks to the bottom for me. What can I get out of that that helped me? There's a lot. There's a lot. I got a lot of good laughs. Like it was entertaining. But the most important thing that sinks to the top is that my kid is safe and I'm out of Scientology. Therefore, my child is out of Scientology and away from that god awful fucking abusive cult. So while it's like, yeah, I could point out all the shit that I don't like about Aaron, I'm not going to because I'm like, there's too many things that I can pull from that I would rather look at that made my life better and that I'm grateful for. So I've been doing that because, as I told you, there's a really heavy, heavy thing that damn near killed me, knocked me off my entire foundation, and it's bad. It's a big, big deal in going on in my life right now. There's a big, heavy thing happening, and it's going to be ugly. It's going to be real ugly, and I'm not sure yet how I'm going to attack and battle the problem. Exactly, Cindy G. I found Tommy through Aaron. There's so many good things. Let's read it again, guys. The amount of good things in your life depends on your ability to notice them. I'm just choosing to notice them. Gratitude is everything. I wake up every day and I say, thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you to my angels and thank you to Fred. I say it every day, many times a day. I don't just thank God, I thank all of the people and the life forms and the universe and everybody helping me because it takes a village of people outside of this realm that are helping to protect me and keep me protected. Yes, Jojo. And so I take my problem now because my problem is so much bigger than I've ever dealt with. This problem I'm having to deal with is much bigger than any kind of a problem I've ever dealt with before. It's putting me to the ultimate test. And I'm going to tackle it head on. And every day I get a little stronger and I feel a little better about it. Like I'm going to deal with it okay. But um it also takes my little problems and makes them look tiny, like YouTube shit. Like, I don't give a shit about anything anybody puts out about me ever again. I don't care. If you knew what was going on right now, you'd go, you're right. I wouldn't either. So I don't give a shit about that. And I take my problems now and I put them into one of those sifter things that your grandma had. Who's rubbing on me? Well, look at you. Hello, flirty man. This is Tommy's son, and he is still a criminal. He's not like his father. He's not a retired criminal. He is a criminal. You are a criminal, Moosey. Moosey, Moosey, why do you do it? Why do you kill things? Why do you rip shit apart and just like murder everything outside in the wilderness? Why do you do it? Why do you try to take down full-on grown cows? Why do you like go head on at a bull? Moose is he's a damn honey badger. He's half Siamese, half honey badger. Now, just because your father was a criminal doesn't mean that you had to follow suit, but you did, didn't you? And you do it. And I hear those things screaming in the night that you kill. Moosey, it's not right. We talk about it you are cute though. God, he's so cute. Moosey, Moosey, he got dumped. This cat got dumped at my mom's farm, you guys. Moose, we found him on Father's Day, and that's why his name is Moose, because that was Tommy's dad's name. He is a beautiful cat. Yeah, guys, so I'm taking that thing that was in your grandma's kitchen, that sifter thing, and I am simply now taking all of my problems and I'm dumping them into that chicken wire holder thing. And I'm like, what can I pull from this that I can learn from? What can I learn from immediately about this? What can God show me that's going to be a good thing from this? That's what I'm doing daily. And I cannot tell you how much it helps. It's not like some stupid crutch. I'm not like, this helps to kind of ease the pain. No, it's a hey, Lynn as well. It's a way of looking at something. Either you're going to look at it as in the darkness or in the light. And I'm just trying to choose the light. And it helps me so much. It helps me so much to go. I mean, even the Aaron thing was an absolute shit show. if I'm being honest, but I don't care. YouTube is a fishbowl and I don't give a shit about any of that stupid drama, tossing shit back and forth at each other, bad blood. I don't care about that. I got a gift from Aaron that kept on giving, and that's what I choose to look at. I don't give a shit about the rest. Yeah, retain the good. Holding on to the bad is a cancer. It's a cancer. What can you do about it? What can I do about it? If I sit there and hold on to and go, well, Aaron did this and he did that, who cares? Who cares? I mean, what can you do to fix that? Nothing. Then you're just wasting time bitching and complaining about shit. That's what the haters do. Reese is this, Reese is that. I've got the receipts. You're just running your stupid mouth. Who cares? Honestly, I don't want to waste time on that kind of stuff. Who cares? I'm grateful for what he did for me. End of story. Anne Marie, me too. Even this new challenge is already showing an upside with your relationships, babe. I agree with Yorkie Mom. And it is a challenge. It's going to be a big ass challenge for me. And by the time it's all over with, I have no doubt that I will come out of it stronger, more present, more aware, and I will know who I am even more. And I'm absolutely going to, I won't give up. Yeah, Anne. No, and it won't change anything. If you really think about like gossip and complaining, it's like, okay, what would you like me to do about that? I love the way of looking at things that happen in our life. Just imagine it like one of those sugar sifter things, like put the problem in that in the basket and then start pulling through the chicken wire. What can I take out of this that I can be grateful for right now? The biggest test and challenge is happening right now in my life. And already every day I'm like, well, I can be grateful for that. That's going to end up being a good thing. Well, this is a good thing right now. Well, I'm glad this happened now. Like there's all kinds of things. Honey Badger does not give a shit. It's a piranha filled fishbowl. You're the shark. Well, I have shark eyes because I was a Scientologist. Debbie Love and Life, the growth you have shown since you started your channel. Yeah, I've been here since then. Just a lurker back then is astounding. Your future looks like a path to real happiness. Thank you so much, Debbie. I just have so much work to do that I don't see the purpose in going, that person did that. Let's point out that person's flaws. Let's point out the choices that person made 5 years ago when they were in survival mode, and let's rub their face in it and make them feel bad about it. Let's rub in. I mean, it's crazy to me that people do that, right? Like that's what haters do is Reese did this, right? Reese did that. Did you guys know that Reese was guilty of this 2 years ago? Did you guys know that who cares? You're holding me to a version of myself that I was years ago, right? Anybody can do that. No one is who they are today that they were 2, 5, 10, 20 years ago. Nobody. You're not the same person you were a fucking week ago. Let's be honest. Like people change and grow and evolve, and it could be for the worse and it could be for the better. But either way, you're not the same. We're not meant to be the same. So what am I afraid of? I'm not. I'm not worried about it. If anything, they should be worried. Very worried. Good night, Chef. You are absolutely right. You are learning your strength. There is an amazing light at the end of the dark tunnel. There is. There is. And I have no doubt about it, baby steps. And I also feel this, and I don't want to make anyone feel weird. God is on my side. God is on my team on this one. I don't have any concerns about that. This huge problem I have was brought to me because of God, and it was the right time and it was the right moment for it to happen. Thank you for the super chat. I have no doubt in my mind that this is strategic and it's going to end up being a very good thing. And I don't doubt that. I feel that all the time. I'm like, what? I know I'm going to win. God is on my side. I work for that team for good. I'm not worried about it. I'm just not. I've watched you from the start too, and you are a breath of fresh air. So glad the algorithm gave you back to me. Wow. Well, thank you for being here. I did not know that because you said you never spoke up because I don't recognize your name at all. So I'm glad that you're back, and thank you for being here. I've changed and become more sure of myself since last week. I love that. I have no doubt about that. You are an incredible friend. I love you, Erica. You're right, Reese. Nobody can change the past. I pray I'm always changing and growing too. Absolutely. Karen, it's like, what do you think? Who do you think the fuck you are to have someone come rub something you did when you were making choices in survival mode, most likely, right? In your past? That's all a bully can do is try to hold or weaponize things against you that maybe you did, maybe you didn't do, because they make shit up too, right? So, like, do it. Come at me hard. Weaponize all of my life choices against me. I was there. I'm not worried about that shit. Go for it, right? You can't change it. Does the huge problem have an end date? No idea. People change, especially if they've gone through trauma. And Ruby says, Reese, you're absolutely right. God will never leave you nor forsake you. I have no doubt about it, especially on this one, Ruby, especially on this problem. God's working real hard on this one. I know that. And I know I ask for protection all the time from Fred, my angels, from Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. I'm like, please, 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 above all else, protect me through this. Just protect me through it. Whatever that means, just protect me. I leave it all in God's hands. He will provide answers. You also have done an apology tour. Lacey, amen, babe. Amen. We're done. We're done doing our apology tour. I don't give a holy hell what people on YouTube think of me, or if I'm still a bad person, or they're a victim of me, or I'm a liar, I'm a grifter, I'm a fraud, I'm a fucking con artist. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I know what happened. I was there. I don't care what kind of crazy ass AI shit people are going to edit and piece together. I don't. Sometimes harder situations arise and those things we thought were important become irrelevant. So true. Lucy. Lucy. Moosey, you flirty little man, you. He is such a flirt. It's crazy. Now, Moose likes Huxley way more than he likes me, but he is. Lucy, why? Why are you a criminal like your father? Your father talks to you on the phone all the time, and he tells you that he is a retired criminal, Moose. And I don't know why you have to be this way. You're going to end up in prison. You're going to be in the Hooshkow. You're going to go to the can, Moosey, like Justin Timberlake. Why would you do it? Why are you doing it? They don't deserve to die. Quit killing the chipmunks. Every time I go out and save an animal, every time I go outside now, all the little chipper farm animals look at me and they go, there goes our hero. Watch her as she goes. And do you remember the chipmunk that I actually saved from being killed? Every time I see that guy, he goes, someone saved my life tonight. Blee, blee, blee. And then he looks at Moose and he flips him off and he goes, you nearly had me roped and tied. And I'm like, don't tempt him. He is a murderer. I can only do so much, guys. I can only do so much. I can't save them all. Moose is solid. Is he solid? He is a hitman. He's insane. You have a stray beacon on your house. They know. Yeah, it's a bummer. I know my life is what it is 100% due to God's grace. The reality is God's will be done. And sometimes we don't realize it until way later, but his hand is always involved. I realize that 100%, Debbie. I am grateful every day. Marissa Martin. Someone saved my life tonight. Dee-dee-dee. And all the little birds go, blee, blee, blee. No, I am grateful that I found God later in life because everything's new for me. And I'm just grateful every day for God. I don't have some like previous, what I was told God is, because I was just told there was no God. It's all made up. But like, I'm glad that nothing was like tainted for me. I'm just truly, it's pure. And I'm just grateful for my relationship with God. They always become irrelevant. It becomes the small stuff you spent weeks worrying about till the next BS comes along. Yes. Yeah, every time I go outside, guys, I go to walk to my car and every cricket caterpillar, bird, snake goes, "There goes our hero. Watch her as she goes." And I'm like, stop it. I'm not a hero. Keep going. He's just being a cat. He's not a bad guy. He's a criminal. Come get him then, Pam. Come get his ass. You know, you guys want to stick up for him, but you don't want to take him. Do you have a sex tape? If so, you will be a millionaire. I have at least 50. Was that a real question? I mean, if you want a real answer, there's probably at least 50 on the highlight reel. Oh, please, Pam. Suddenly you're allergic. Get out of here with that. No, I've got some incredible shit. I've got some greatest hits. I wish you could see it. It's incredible stuff. Probably more so because of Tommy, not me. Like I am just literally a potato with legs and just a large food with a chalupa. But no, I'm going to stop now. Try not to look at the time. I had to look at the bad where he says I justified it. After looking at it, I was able to look at me and better remaining in the moment. Being human, no question. True. We won't ever have any mice in this house. Are we paying for songs today? Oh my God. Karaoke. Pick your song. Get your tickets. Tickets. Debbie Love and Life. Tickets. Get your tickets to karaoke. We Stand Tall is my vote. Sorry when you sing it. I attributed it to our own inner strength and God's will. See, now that's the way to look at We Stand Tall. I get mad at Pat Jonas every time. It is a classic, beautiful. Don't hate the song. Hate the cult. Now stop it. I remember my parents' friends in the 70s would do this S thing. I don't know exactly what that is, and I don't think it's related, but I'm probably not the right person to ask. Yes, Alana. I wasn't going to say it. Just the first part. Because you paid for it. Words from a book showed me the way to be free of the shadows of yesterday. But the price of that freedom we all must pay from now on. Moose is rubbing on my leg. Moosey? Joining together, we held our ground, and we lifted our voices one mighty sound. We struck down the walls of darkness. We stood tall. We decided, Anna Banana, we decided, my voice is going to take a stand to defend the rights of man. Why does Osa attack me? I sing their song. We stand tall, no turning back. We found the way. We stand tall, forever strong. Cindy. We live on. And then what's the second part? You're getting your $10 worth, that's for sure. Everybody else is being cheap except West Coast Fancy Nancy. Knowing the truth will set us free, take us from clear to eternity, to a future we thought would never be. We stand tall. And your legacy is secure, for we'll keep your vision pure. Psh, psh, tsh, tsh. We stand tall. We stand tall. No turning, no turning. We found the way, the way. We stand tall, forever strong. She lives on. Hey, la-dee-la. Hey, laddie, she stands tall. Bleep, 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 bleep. No, no, no. Everybody, hey, laddie, la. Woo! Hey, laddie, Gert stands tall. Bleep, 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 bleep. Guys, if you pay me to sing that song, it's going to happen. I I wish we could play it, but I would get demonetized. I would get a copyright strike. God, I love that song so much, even though my voice is going. She stands tall, no turn, no turn. She found the way. Hey, laddie, la. Hey, laddie, Gert stands tall. Bleep, 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 bleep. No, no, no. Everybody. Oh, you're tiny, aren't you? Did you know that you were really extra tiny, though? Did you know that you were born right next to the Lord? Did you know that you're more special of a creature on this earth than anything? Love you, Punky. So cute, you guys. Sorry, you get me going on that song. It's going to happen every time. I recommend that you go look up We Stand Tall on YouTube. You can watch the real thing. I used to watch that every single day of my childhood. That, Silence of the Lambs, and George Carlin, I was raised on. I would literally stand in front of the TV and be like, "We stand tall." Like, I would be so loud at 7 years old, and I would just belt it in my house with my ferret, my snake, my cat, my dog, everybody. Anne Marie, thank you for gifting a membership for the final chorus. Hey, laddie, la. This is Alana's favorite part. Hey, laddie, we stand tall. Bleep, 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 bleep. Bleep, 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 bleep. Hey, laddie, la. And then I love it. They go, he stand. It goes from we stand tall to he stands tall. Moose is like, get me the fuck out of here. Thank you for the super chat. Take a shiny Jesus, put it in your pocket. Bleep, 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 bleep. Thank you, Wee, for super chatting that. Yeah, you can always get your tickets for karaoke night. You just have to pay. You have to pay to play. So if you want the song, it'll cost you. It'll cost you $2. Did I miss? Oh, there. Okay, she wants this one. For $2, I'll do it. Mama said not to, but I did it anyway, misbehaving. I wash my hands to keep away from Satan. There you go, $2, $2 a pop. There's no velvet rope at Club Reese. Anybody can get in. So it's not like, it's not like hiding behind a paywall where I'm going to charge you to do members only streams. You can pay $2 for a song if you want. You can be high on the hog like Alana and Debbie and pay 10 or 13. Or you can do Karen Doll, $1.99, but she didn't ask for a song. But either way, tickets, you got to pay to play. Thank you, Karen Doll. Thank you for the super sticker, my friend. Guys, Moose, that's an anthropology chair. Paying for a song was so worth it. Thank you, Debbie Love and Life. And I hope you felt as though you got your money's worth. And I know Alana does. So guys, holy shit. We've been on for 2 hours and 17 minutes. Why are you guys still here? Oh my God. Thank you for your time. Wow. I had no idea. I was just blabbing away. Yeah, we got a lot accomplished in this stream though, and I feel good about it. Other than the fact that I'm sweaty like a soul food cook, I'm not. I just have too much. That's an anthropology chair. Notice when I yell at him, he lets go of it. Moose! Watch it, criminal. Ship you off to Ecuador, you little asshole. This was a great time, and I appreciate it so much. Do a mashup of all 3 songs. How do you do that? I don't know how to do a mashup. What the fuck is a mashup? How would you do that? Which songs did I sing? Stand Tall, Misbehavin'. What was the other one? Jesus. How would you do that? How would you do that? You'd be like, words from a book showed me the way. We stand tall. Mama said not to, but I did it anyway. We stand tall. Take a tiny Jesus, blee, blee, blee. Okay, I hope you got your $10 worth. I really tried. I'm going to kick your ass. Hey, Olga. That's it. He's going to Ecuador. Thank you for your $10, Joanne. That was well worth it, I hope. I love you. I love you guys. Thank you for going way over 2 hours. I didn't even know. I was in a trance. Thank you again. And what's tomorrow? Monday? Do you want to do tomorrow? Do you guys want to stream tomorrow? I would like to. Talk about talent. Sorry, I have to fix my bra. Thanks, Debbie Love and Life. That was kind of you to say. I know you're joking. Uh, we stand misbehaving heroes. That would be a tough one to do. And I'm sorry, but you have to pay to play. I did my best. Best karaoke channel on YouTube. I fondly remember the time always saying Tiny Jesus. I just did it. Guys, thank you for paying me. Thank you for the super chats tonight. That was very kind. I love you all. I'll be back tomorrow. Whether you want to come with me or not, I will be here. Because let's face it, we want to see each other and I want to see you. So thank you. Thank you. Mods, thank you for protecting us. And guys, please hit subscribe. Please hit the like. Please hit the hype. Love you too, Heather. And I will see you guys tomorrow. This was a good show today for me. I don't know if it was for you, but it was very therapeutic for me. Thank you for your input. All of you had some great feedback and just advice and thoughts. So I want to validate you for that. I mean it. Thank you. Thank you. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I love you all. And here comes Fred.